Shalom. This your boy Raya Allah coming at you with another lesson. But first and foremost, we definitely gotta get all praise to the Heavenly Father and the Lashawan Kodash, the Paleo Hebrew. We're gonna start off by saying call Halam La Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Ha Rakah Kodash Mama. Definitely wanna give double honors to the apostles of GMS and their elders. Definitely wanna give honors to our elders of Harwan Ban Yasha all of the Lions Den Camp located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Shalom to the sincere Akim Akwafim that believe in sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. This is gonna be a quick spiritual hydration on the topic of temptation, man. It's first Corinthians chapter 10 and 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud and all passed through the sea and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea. Basically, this is going into how Moses was following Yahweh Shai and leading Israelites up out of Egypt. You know, in the book of Exodus, man, we was getting up out of there, right? Just like we waiting to get up out of this, it's in the second deliverance, man. It says, and did all eat the same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink, right? And what's the spiritual drink and spiritual meat, man? That's the Yahweh Shai, leading them up out of Egypt, man. He was feeding them, he was protecting them. He had everything they needed, man. It says, and that was, when they talk about the clouds, man, that's Yahweh Shai, in the chariots, man. Cloud by day, fire by night, man. And when it goes into the sea, and the sea was, when Moses, split the sea and they crossed the sea with Moses, man, right? But they was following Yahweh Shai, and he was feeding them as well as protecting them. Right? It says, and did all eat the same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them. That rock was Yahweh Shai Mashiach. But with many of them, Yahweh was not well pleased. And why wasn't he pleased, man? Because, Aaron and them, Aaron was being, chastised by the people, man. They was really kind of like messing with him, man, and he, getting on his nerves, man, to the point where he just ended up making them a golden calf to worship, because they kept messing with him about it. They needed something to praise and worship. Just like 2/3 today, man. They worship, these false idols, man. Just, they into a lot of stuff. This Kemet, speaking of, what I'm saying, Egyptians. We not that, man. We're Israelites, man. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, and Speckled Bird. It says, but with many of them Yahweh was not well pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness. Now these things are examples to the intent we should not lust after evil things, as they also lusted, right? After they lusted after the golden calf, after they, they just, you know, played in their folly, man. They just was wicked, man. They wanted to go back to Egypt and everything, man. They thought where they was at was just, what they was going through was just horrible, man. And not understanding that, they're being led by the Messiah, not understanding that they went through all these miracles, the plagues, to turn around and just basically forget about Yahweh, you know. It's wild. So, and that's what they do today, it says, now these things were our example to the intent we should not lust after evil things as they also lusted. Neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. Neither let us commit fornication, as some of them committed and fell in one day 23,000. Right, man. And as again, that's them tripping, falling into them traps, them temptations. They're being led, and and they was being delivered. That's why Yahweh Shai name is the deliverer, and so it's like, and they still basically just had no understanding, man. They still was stuck in a lustful ways, man, cheating. They was cheating on Yahweh, man, basically. You know, worshiping other gods and worshiping other deities. They just needed something to fall down and worship. Verse 9, neither let us tempt Yahweh Shai as Hamashiach, as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents. Right. Let's go to James real quick, just to back up that point. In verse 9 it says, this is James 1:12. It said, blessed is the man that endureth temptation. Right. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, man. Those who endure to the end shall be saved, man. So the more you endure this, and the longer you endure this, right? You'll be blessed with this salvation, man. You'll be part of, Lord willing, I'm part of that number, part of the 144 elect. I'm part of that hopeful elect. It says, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Right. And Lord willing, I'm part of that number again, because I to receive that crown, man. To receive those new bodies, to be beaten up in chariots, man. Right. Be changed in the twinkle of an eye, man. To have, everything, all the wisdom, the true wisdom and knowledge and understanding of it all written into my forehead, man. In my la'ab, man. It's gonna, be sin free, man. Be sinless, man. Be pure righteousness, man. Lord willing, it says, he shall receive the crown of life, man, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. And this is the point. Verse 13. It says, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Yahweh, for Yahweh cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempt he any man. Right. So Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai can't be tempted, man. You can't tempt Yahweh while Yahweh Shai with evil, man. Just like the devil tried to tempt Yahweh Shai, and when he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, man. Um, but afterwards he was hungry, man. But it was just the whole point of him, trying. He tried Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai like, I don't want nothing you got, bro. Like, fall back. Uh, it said verse 14. It says, but every man is tempted. Right. So every man is tempted, man. Just like we were reading in 1 Corinthians, man. Every man is tempted, man, and the Lord knows how much to tempt you. Right. It says, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death, man. Do not err, my beloved brethren, man. It's like this message is for the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the speckled bird, man. Turn back to the Father, man. Right? Because when you live in the world, man, instead of living in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, trying to follow in the footsteps of Yahweh Shai by following the laws to the best of your abilities, to consume the whole role, understand the true doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, to do the work, to push this truth, to push his name, to love and to feel Yahweh while Yahweh Shai, and to give them all the glory. And you have to turn and repent as well, right? You should be repenting daily, really, because every man sins, because we live in an Esau system. We still in this captivity, man. We are set up, Esau has set it up to where we sin, mostly because of him, and but that's why you need to fight these temptations, man. Fight that, buying that chicken from, that processed, scientific plant, that that's making these fake meats, man. the GMOs and these scientists playing around with this crazy meat, man. It's just crazy, man. You got to be aware of your surroundings, man. You know, and what's going on in the world, man. Come back to the sheepfold, you know. Understand that everything we dealing with from Esau is pure wickedness, man. Everything from the food to even down to the water we drink, man. You gotta be careful what you drink. You gotta be careful what you eat. You gotta be careful what you listen to, and you know what I'm saying. You gotta be careful what you watch. You got to be able to, you know what I'm saying, sift out, just like Yahweh Shai sifting out um the wicked, you know, in the 2/3. He's sifting them out. You know, you got to be able to sift it out until the end, man. Right? It says, do not err, my brother, beloved brethren. Back at 1 Corinthians 10:9. Neither let us tempt Yahweh Shai Mashiach, right, man? So don't try to tempt Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man, with any type of evil, man. You can't, you know, you can't come at them like that, bro. Like you definitely gonna catch some type of hell. You know, you're gonna be if the famine and plagues don't get you, man. You see all the stuff that's going on in the world right now. The mosquitoes that's passed around these deadly diseases. You see what Esau doing with the you know with that thing, and you see they pushing this on the Karama, the MOTB, man. That's we waiting on that. That's part of the prophecies, man. Uh, they're gonna stick the C hip into your body, man, to your hand, man. Without it, you're not gonna be able to survive in Esau's system until the Lord comes, man. Right? But the Lord ain't slacking and He ain't lacking. You know what I'm saying? So Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the water Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man, in that time, man, in these times. But it says, neither let us tempt Yahweh Shai Masha, as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents, man. Just like Eve listening to that wicked ass man who was telling her on the the false things, as far as like teaching her witchcraft, teaching her to go against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and what she was taught to do, which is stay in line, listen to Adam, follow Adam, you know, but she wanted to, be stupid. But it says, neither let us tempt Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpent. Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured and were destroyed of the destroyer, right, which is the serpent people, keyword people. Now all these things happen unto them for an example, and they are written for our admonition, right? Admonition is like warning, basically means warning. So they are written for our like a warning, for admonition, upon whom the ends of the world are come, right? Just like I was just speaking on, it's like it's based off of your, the end of Esau system, man. So they give, the Lord was, mighty graceful, and I gave him all the praise for leaving these scriptures for us, man, for this truth, man. To leaving these, the comforter, man, leaving us, Abba Bivin, and so prophecies can be fulfilled, through the apostles of GMS and my elders and the rest of the elders of GMS, right? It says, therefore have no temptation. Oh, Salaki. It says, not all these things happen unto them for an example. They are written for our admonition, upon whom the end of the world are come. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. Right. Just like I live in the hood, and a lot of times I get caught up outside. I might be doing some things, and I see, a fellow Israelite brother, what I'm saying, that I'm trying to bring back to the sheepfold, real quick. Like I try to give him the name, you know, um, and it just be crazy. Like any other time, like they'll probably stop their way, they'll say what's up, whatever. And, but y'all they got plenty of time to ride around, what I'm saying, and they follow, just it's just crazy to me, and I just be like, man, y'all got to chill, man. You got to chill, man. You doing all of that, and you don't even know the name of the Lord, bro. But you sitting on foes, and you got 612s, you got 612s. Like, man, chill out, man. What's the name of the Lord, man? If you can't give me the Heavenly Father's or His Son's name, man, you know you living in the world of wickedness, man. Straight up. But it says, wherefore let him that thinketh that standeth take heed lest he fall. Therefore have no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. Right. So this thing, these temptations is common, man. The flesh is weak, man. Matthew, you can go to Matthew 26 and 41. 26, yeah, 41. It's the roughly paraphrasing, the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing, man. It says, therefore, have no temptation taking you, but such as is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, right, man? Yahweh is faithful, man. Why Yahweh Shai is faithful to us, man? But just like in the wilderness in Egypt, man, when we was fleeing Egypt, we got a lot of the 2/3, man, was being wicked, man, and being unfaithful to Yahweh, and and why Yahweh shot, man, because Yahweh shot was in the chariot, man. So you know, you speed it up to the day, they still doing the same thing, still calling on the wrong names, still dropping down, worshiping rocks, big ass stones and wood and stone, you know, wooden crosses and stone of Jesus, right? It's crazy, man. They still doing the same thing. Says, um, there have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. So he ain't gonna give you too much that you can't handle, man. He ain't gonna make. He know exactly how much, what I'm saying, it takes, when it comes to tempting you in particular, you know, for all of us. It says, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, right? That ye may be able to bear it, man. Right. So he know exactly how much to give you, and he gonna give you an escape route, man. And that escape route is Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Following Yahushua, staying true to the truth, staying faithful to the truth, staying in the truth, keeping the faith. Pray to keep your faith strong. Pray for forgiveness. Pray for mercy. Right? So, these are the ways to escape, man. It says, wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry. I speak as to wise men. Judge ye what I say. Right? This is First Timothy 6:6. But godliness with contentment is great gain, right? Godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out, man. It's even to all the way up until we get, this great salvation, when this great salvation coming, he beam us up in the chariots, Lord, when I'm part of that number, right? We brought nothing in, man. Right? You didn't put in on this. And we ain't gonna be able to take nothing with us, man. All this stuff is vanity, man. But the one thing that ain't is the name of the Lord, the name of the Savior. The name is very important for one, and another thing is the salvation, man. That those in itself, man, is the only things that you should be focused on right now. Nothing of this world, cause you can't take nothing else with you, man. But this truth, man. That's it. Right? It says, and having food and raiment, let us be there with content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, with drawn men in destruction and perdition. Right, man? Out here, trying to stunt for these women, because I ain't gonna call them no other words. I'm calling them women. You out here trying to stunt for these women, man. Um, Thinking you clean and fresh. Ain't nothing wrong with being clean and fresh. Ain't nothing wrong with riding no fold. Ain't nothing wrong with having 612s in your trunk. You know, I wouldn't recommend it because well, I can't handle that at this particular age that I'm at. Back in the day, I used to ride like that, but not no more. I wouldn't dare. I might have 212 in that though, but I ain't gonna have no 612, no sir. But anyway, uh, you ride, it just be tripping me out how Jake be tripping like that, man. They prefer clothes, they prefer jewelry, they prefer cars, they prefer, it just all the stuff that you can't take with you when it's time for salvation. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you rather sit here in it and die with it instead of not caring about it. If you got it, you got it. Cool, but really paying attention to Yahweh while Yahweh shy and being beamed up into the chair when the missiles start blowing. You know what I'm saying? Hit. Like you ain't got too much longer to be stunting. Like Jake, so why you know what I'm saying? So it come clean or don't come at all. Well, when you come half stepping, hey, you already know it's a wrap. You you better come clean in these scriptures. Like straight up, you better come clean and repent. Shit, you know. And that's that JT money. Just anybody needed or wanted to know where that came from. Come clean or don't come at all. Cause when you have stuff, well, anyway, uh, it said, "For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out, and having food and raiment." Let us be there with content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare. It's a snare, man. All that stuff is a snare. And into many foolish and hurtful lusts, man. Right? Hurtful lusts. The missile's gonna hurt. I'm telling you. Withdrawn men is in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil, man. It's the root of all evil, man. All that stunting is the root of all evil. Right? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you get caught up in that shit, man. Like you can't even pull yourself out of it sometimes. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy, man, because when I was coming up, man, it was like that for me, man. But it after a while it started like I was like, man, I'm done clubbing. I'm done, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to hit the club with my homies. We used to be riding, you know what I'm saying? Don't sitting high on rims, all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like but ain't all that shit vanity, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it was. I never understood until I came into the truth why the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashim Shah was pulling me up out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I started to come up out of all of that stuff and stop caring about all of it. You know what I'm saying? Stop caring about rocking J's and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still like to be straight. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, but shit, I used to blow my money on that stuff back in the day, man. But that's me being, lusting over material things, man, instead of lusting over your house and lust while your house shot, right? It said, because Yahweh was our first husband, Yahweh Shah is our second husband, man. Lord willing, I'm part of that number, so I'll be able, to receive them new bodies, man. and be crowned. You know, that'll be a beautiful thing, man. Um, but it says, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which will, which while some coveted after they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Right, man? You're gonna be piercing yourself with many sorrows, man. Man, because they erred from faith, man. And once you err from faith, man, that's when you truly into the world, man, and not in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's a dreadful thing to be in the world and not in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because guess what, man? That's when you fall to the plagues of Egypt, since you like to be Kemet so much. Um, and it's when you fall to the destruction as a whole, man. You know, you fall into those snares and those traps, man, right? Because you err from faith, right? And when you err from faith, man, it's, you know, like it's truly a bad thing, bro. Like it ain't no coming back from that. But that's why you need this. Matthew 6:9. After this manner, therefore pray ye, our Father Yahweh, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debtors, and we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. From thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Right, man. Because that's what you need, man. You need your how about Shem Yahushua, man. You need to pray for these things. You need to pray to lead you up out of these temptations, man, and deliver you from evil, man. Because evil is the root of slacking. Because money is the root of evil. Um, Esau's system, his Esau's doctrine, Esau everything, because Esau rules the world, and the world was given into the hands of the wicked, man. So everything we follow, even all the way down up to our rap music, man. You know, who owns all our rap music and songs, man? Look at all the stuff we watch on TV, man, when it comes to dealing with our people, man. Like, we still living in this messed up world, man. You have to come up out of this. Turn back to your how about Shem Yahushua if you're a Negro, Latino, or Native American, or one of the speckled birds that spread abroad. I hope this lesson was edifying. Ahabata, Yashara Allah, DTA, Shalom, Call Halam La Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Shalom.